everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. I'm your host, Michael Tabor. I am in the car right now. I'm actually sitting here in a parking lot as my wife goes shopping. I'm in the passenger seat, by the way. Okay, so we have a 2007 Jeep Wrangler, 12 years old, 156,000 miles. Still going, still kicking. So I don't want to talk about that. And by the way, it is the anniversary of 9/11. I will be doing some videos later today on 9/11 and some Trump comments and his John Bolton firing. Actually, he was not fired, he resigned, but I'll get into it more later today. So what I want to talk about right now for 5 minutes is technology, phones. My wife and I just got back from Verizon here, Verizon local store here in town. We live out in the Catskills, so we have to travel like to Oneonta just to get to a Verizon store. But anyway, my wife is having problems with her phone. She has an i7. She doesn't want to upgrade. Whatever. It doesn't really matter, I don't think. Like I said, until we get the holograms, I'm not going to upgrade either. Although I do have the i10, and I love it. But so the problem with my wife's phone, it was super slow, and I was playing around with it. I'm not a techie guy. I'm better than my wife. But anyway, so we go into Verizon, and you could see this young person, probably mid-20s, and she's trying to explain to my wife. She goes, "You have too many applications open. You have like 160. That's the fucking problem. You got to free up some storage." And she goes, "Listen, you got to back up your photos in this. Like, where do you back up your stuff?" And my wife goes, "What's that?" And I'm like, you see? So, listen, it's hard for people who are at this level, when it comes to technology. Like, she's a younger person, she grew up with the internet, and she's assuming that my wife, who's older, baby boomer like me, knows all about this stuff. We grew up before the internet. We grew up before fucking answer machines. We had rotary phones. We grew up before the cable TV. We had channel 2, 4, and 7. And channel 13 public, but 2, 4, and 7, you know, and like all this stuff is new. Like, we have to learn this stuff, and the younger people don't understand. And if they don't have, when they don't have good communication skills, it's very frustrating. You can see the frustration on her face, and I had to leave, and I was like, oh my God. Like, she's trying to explain to my wife, and I was going to intervene, but I didn't want to be accused of mansplaining. Right? I was going to say to my wife, what she's saying is you have to save this. But I said, I'm just going to step away. I don't want to be mansplaining. I love these fucking terms. Mansplaining. And I've been guilty of it. And I'm trying to be better at that. All right. Okay. So, the point here is, like, listen, this younger person, she's very good. You can see, obviously, she works at Verizon, and she knows what she's talking about, but she's incapable of bringing it down and explaining clearly to a layperson this technical stuff. It's a problem with a lot of people. My experience, too. Like, I'm like middle. I'm not super tech savvy, but I'm smart, and I pick up pretty quick. But my tech guys, when I interact with them, they get frustrated. But I go, listen, dude, I'm not, like, I pick up real fucking smart. I'll be fucking above you, and you'll see, like, my wife thinks I'm a whiz, and I'm not, by the way. But anyway, so trying to explain technology to a person who knows nothing about it is a challenge, for sure. Here's another analogy I was going to say. Let me analogize it with say, speaking of theoretical physics, right? This is high-level stuff. It's so hard to explain a lot of this stuff, like black energy, dark matter, quantum mechanics. When it comes to quantum physics, it's even hard to explain to your peers, other physicists. Neil deGrasse Tyson was on Joe Rogan, and he's explaining a lot of this stuff. Neil deGrasse Tyson is the best. I love that guy. I'm going to be doing a video recording on him. But he does a great job at this. He understands this really super high, my hand's going up high, but the super high level stuff. He's able to communicate this stuff like quantum mechanics and dark energy and dark matter and gravity and space-time to the layperson without watering it down. See, that's the challenge. Not losing any of the stuff. All right? So you have some techie people use jargon, and they fucking suck at explaining it to the world. You know, let me leave with this. So Einstein said, like, after he wrote his paper, was it relativity? He had 4 papers, right? But the one I think on relativity, and he's like, because what the fuck good is it if like only 7 people on the planet understand what I'm saying? He goes, I want to communicate this so that someone with a high school education can understand it. You see? That makes sense. Okay. On that note, good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. Peace, love, and understanding. And it is 9/11.